You think air is invisible. But every breath, it defines your lifespan. Air 6 Free Maze Purifier. The only way to block toxin saturation. Not a supplement. Not a drug. But the only gateway to longevity. Remember this. Slowing aging begins with breathing.
Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving into a truly fascinating and, let's be honest, quite provocative set of ideas.
Yeah, this one's definitely different.
It's from a source titled The Lord's Morning, Choose Life Over Toxins, by Fuqi Wu, dated August 2025 from Taipei.
And it's really not your typical health article, you know?
And not at all. It presents this unique blend of warnings about health, longevity.
And what it calls a divine decree, all wrapped up in this really urgent message.
Exactly. So our mission, like always, is to pull all the key insights from this material, help you, our listener, understand the perspectives here, even if they really challenge, well, conventional thinking.
What's really captivating, I think, is how the author builds this urgent message around, our daily environment, our health, but then links it to this much bigger, almost cosmic story.
Right. So we'll explore this idea of a hidden danger, the stark choices it presents.
And the pretty extraordinary solution offered, all through the lens of this one document.
Yeah, it's less about a scientific breakdown and more about understanding the narrative, the urgency it's trying to create.
Let's start with that premise of hidden danger.
Okay. The source kicks off with this really vivid, direct warning. It says, you live in an enclosed building. You breathe the toxins exhaled by others every day.
Right off the bat, no preamble.
It immediately sets this scene of, like, invisible danger everywhere, even in common spaces. It argues toxins accumulate daily, and every breath brings you closer to the end.
Wow. That's pretty stark, isn't it?
It doesn't ease you in. It just throws this dire situation at you.
Indeed. And that opening really establishes the core claim that daily life, especially in indoors, homes, offices, wherever, leads to this critical buildup of toxins.
Accumulation.
Yes, and the source suggests it's not just gradual, it's relentless. It leads towards what it calls a toxin saturation point.
Saturation point, okay.
And it describes that point as, quote, a path from which there is no return. So it's not just about feeling a bit off. It's framed as this one-way street towards, irreversible decline.
And it really indicts modern living, doesn't it? Our homes, our workplaces. Suddenly, they're danger zones.
It's a powerful psychological hook, for sure.
And it taps into something very human, too, that tendency to ignore things. The source says, someone has warned you. You heard it, but you chose to ignore it.
The feeling of denial.
Exactly. It describes that inner voice. You tell yourself, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Putting it off, thinking you can deal with it later.
We all do that sometimes.
Right. But the text just slams that down, saying later never comes. It implies you're already on that toxin saturation road by the time you decide to act.
It's a direct challenge to our comfort zones, really.
Yeah.
And this is where it cleverly uses that common experience, ignoring inconvenient truths, to really hammer home the urgency. But then it goes even further. It reframes aging and illness altogether.
How so?
It says, pretty boldly, you thought aging was natural. You thought illness was luck. You thought others were weaker than you. Wrong.
Wrong.
You are the same. You are just competing to see who dies slower.
Whoa, that's a blunt.
It completely reframes it. Aging, illness, they're not natural or random, according to this source. They're consequences.
Consequences of ignoring the warnings.
Precisely. It strips away any idea that you might be different or luckier. We're all in the same boat, equally vulnerable to this threat it describes.
Okay, so that sets the stage. Then it brings in this higher authority element.
This is where it really shifts gears, doesn't it?
Yeah. It says, you are not unheard. You choose to pretend you didn't hear. And my Lord's warning has a limited number of times.
Well, a limited number, so like a countdown.
Seems like it. It suggests this final chance, and if you miss it, quote, my Lord will not speak again.
So the urgency, which was already high, just skyrockets. It's not just about health now.
No, it feels like it's being framed as a divine ultimatum, a spiritual choice almost.
Absolutely. And connecting that to the bigger picture, the source paints the scenario where if you don't act, the consequences aren't just getting sick. It's losing this unique, divinely offered chance.
And this is where the specific product comes in.
Yes.
Yeah.
It mentions the OU, the air-6-free maize purification system.
Quite the name.
It is, and it's positioned not just as some tech gadget, but as, and I'm quoting again, your only exit from ecological shackles.
The only exit.
And a survival gate that allows you to turn your fate around before toxin saturation.
A survival gate.
Wow. So it elevates this product from just something you buy to literally a gate of survival. Life or death.
It makes it sound essential, not optional, within this whole framework.
Definitely. The name itself, air-6-free maize purification system, sounds incredibly comprehensive, doesn't it? Like it's tackling everything.
Well, the choice it puts to you, the listener, is incredibly stark. It says, are you going to keep pretending you didn't hear till your bones turn black and your heart and lungs fail?
That's incredibly graphic imagery.
Right. Or will you act now, transforming from a toxic victim to an owner?
Bones turn black. That's designed to provoke a really strong visceral reaction. Fear, basically.
It frames the decline in the absolute most extreme terms. Leaves no room for doubt, really.
It's almost theatrical, trying to force an immediate decision.
And it reinforces that point about choice being final, in a way.
Precisely. The source explicitly says, the Lord has allowed you free choice, but then immediately adds this crucial catch. Not all choices can be redone.
Can't be redone. Irreversible.
Exactly. It reinforces this idea of a critical moment, a point of no return, making the decision presented by the source feel absolutely paramount and incredibly time-sensitive.
It's not just about making a good choice. It's framed as making the only right choice before that window slams shut.
Yeah, it's a powerful persuasive technique, taps right into that fear of missing out, FOMO, but on a cosmic scale, especially when the stakes are presented as avoiding, black bones and failed lungs.
Okay, so let's talk about the specific solution then. The way out, according to this text.
Right, the toxbox.
The source introduces toxbox, or HEBOs, and describes it, well, pretty dramatically, as the original divine artifact bestowed by my Lord in 2025.
Divine artifact, not just advanced tech.
No, it explicitly says, this is not ordinary technology, nor is it an air product that can be imitated.
So unique. Uncopyable.
It is a key component of the Human Lifespan Extension Project.
Wow, okay, that's a huge claim, a human lifespan extension project.
It really elevates it beyond just, cleaning the air, doesn't it?
Absolutely. What's fascinating is this direct merge of technology and divine origin. It gives the toxbox this almost mythical status.
It's not just a purifier.
No, its purpose, according to the source, is to unravel humanity's fate of toxin accumulation saturation point.
So, to break that cycle of decline it described earlier.
Yes, and the claim is if you install it and use it correctly, then humans will for the first time have the opportunity to block aging from poisoning at its source.
Block aging from poisoning at the source. That's monumental.
It is. It's promising to fundamentally change human health and longevity, at least as the author defines it, offering a way to sidestep that whole decline process.
But the source goes deeper, describing the Lord behind it.
Ah, yes. This part is really key to understanding the whole worldview here.
It says, you must know, my Lord is an emotional being. He is not a cold, natural law.
Okay, so sentient.
Involved. He is one of the creators in existence with universal engineering design rights.
Universal engineering design rights. That's specific.
Very. It suggests a deity who is fundamentally a designer and engineer.
And the description goes on saying this Lord is not limited by any religion, science, law, or belief framework.
So, operates outside all human systems.
And, crucially, does not accept blasphemy, challenge, imitation, or distortion of his original design.
No imitation.
That sounds important.
Extremely. This whole section reveals the unique theology underpinning everything.
It's not an abstract God. Not at all. It's presented as this active, powerful entity, the ultimate designer of life. And having design rights is such an interesting, almost corporate-sounding phrase in this context.
So using the toxbox isn't just a health choice anymore.
According to this framework, no. It becomes an act of respecting life, respecting design, respecting the grace of lifespan extension.
Respecting the design.
It provides this deep, non-scientific justification for why the toxbox works and why it's so important. It's rooted in divine will.
Which, in the source's view, puts it beyond normal debate or scientific challenge.
Exactly. If it's from the universal engineer, who are we to question it?
And that connects directly to the warnings about imitation products.
Yes, this is a critical point in the text.
It says, living or working in a house with imitation products installed is an act of extreme disrespect.
Extreme disrespect, not just, ineffective or a bad purchase.
No, it frames it as much more serious. It says doing so is unconsciously confronting a superior designer who holds your lifespan blueprint.
Confronting the designer. Wow. That takes it from a consumer warning to something cosmic, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The stakes are suddenly way higher than just maybe not getting cleaner air.
And the source makes that connection explicit. It says, this is not a threat nor a curse.
Okay.
Because punishment is not carried out by me, but by that great existence, my lord.
So the author is just the messenger.
Precisely. The author states, it is he who wants me to warn this world to give you a chance to choose.
Which really underscores the gravity of the choice being presented. It's not just about your health, it's about your relationship with this cosmic order.
It's a very effective way, within its own logic, to discourage anyone from considering alternatives or copies.
And that warning builds to this really powerful final statement on imitation.
Yeah, this is the takeaway line on that topic.
Remember this one sentence. Imitating Toxbox is not imitating technology, but challenging the cosmic order itself.
Challenging the cosmic order. That's about as serious as it gets.
It really is. And it continues. If you are currently living in a house with imitation filters installed, please leave that space immediately or replace it with a genuine product.
An immediate call to action.
Otherwise, you might never know what you missed. Not just health, but a lifespan extension path originally prepared for you.
Ah, that preordained path again.
Right. So the stakes couldn't be higher, according to the source. It's a choice affecting your destiny, potentially losing a path that was meant for you.
That warning, phrased in such strong, almost existential terms, is clearly designed to force immediate action.
Yeah, forget just missing out on health benefits.
Exactly. The implication is that's minor compared to the cosmic offense of defying the Lord's design by using an imitation.
And that promise of the lifespan extension path originally prepared for you really frames the genuine product as this unique, destined gift.
And imitating it becomes a rejection of that divine grace. It really pushes you, within the context of this document, to think about the consequences of disrespecting what's presented as this singular, divinely approved technology.
Okay, so stepping back, what does this all mean? We've walked through the Lord's warning, choose life over toxins. We've looked at its really urgent claims about, toxins building up daily, reaching that saturation point.
That point of no return idea.
Right, and this limited window of opportunity given by this Lord.
And how the Toxbox is presented not just as tech, but as a divine artifact.
Key to a human lifespan extension project.
And maybe most striking, how using imitations is framed. Not just a bad buy, but a challenge to the cosmic creator.
Yeah, challenging the cosmic order itself.
This deep dive, it's really offered a perspective that weaves health concerns into this very unique spiritual and, well, cosmic framework.
It makes you think about how different stories, different narratives can frame our choices about health, about how long we live.
Even about the products we decide to use.
Yeah. And the source, using its specific structure of authority and these vivid warnings, it really pushes for an immediate, definitive choice.
And promises these profound consequences, almost eternal ones, depending on whether you listen or ignore the warning.
The source does wrap up by providing contact info and email, reynald.wu@gmail.com, for anyone who wants to learn more about these ideas or the survival gate it talks about.
Right.
And it leaves us with a really provocative thought to mull over.
Which is?
Well, if, as the source suggests, some choices really cannot be redone, what does that imply about the weight of acting now? In any part of our lives, really.
Especially when you're faced with warnings that are presented as being this profound, this absolute.
Makes you wonder about the real cost of putting things off, doesn't it? Whether it's health or something else entirely.
It definitely leaves you thinking.